This is Davey Jones, and we're back on the Coach's Show from Bucyrus Pizza Hut on the WQEL Facebook page. It's Buckeye Central time with then boys basketball coach Thomas Howell, and we'll talk to him in just one moment, as well as members of the basketball team. Show brought to you by Roger Brown at Weeks Lock and Safe South Poplar at West Warren Street, Bucyrus. Matt Ramsey, Sean Ziegler, Drew Young, Frank Hyland, and everybody at Bucyrus Blade, serving worldwide markets from Bucyrus since 1951. Rob West, Edgefield Animal Clinic, Marion. Matt Studer, Spitzer, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep Ram, Kia, just a mile east of the Richland Mall. Coach Tim Plumley, Mohegan Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation. Doug Ludo and Adam Weiser, and all the associates of Advanced Fiber Technology. Coach Thomas Howell with us in the Buckeye Central boys, getting off to a slow start, kind of a rough start, 0-5 so far on the season. Coach, you know, I'm going to pick one of these games here. I've got a couple of them outlined here, but the one that I want to talk about is the game I was on the Friday night phone board 2 weeks ago on Saturday night when Will called off sick, and they kind of drafted me to come back up and do the show. And you guys almost pulled off a little bit of an upset. Things were getting close and interesting. You were within 4 points at several points in the fourth quarter, and then I think the fouls kind of took over and they pulled away. Talk a little bit about that basketball.
That was the Crawford game, right?
Yeah, the Crawford game. Colonel Crawford, and I'm just going to come out and say it, in my humble opinion, probably the best, certainly the best team in the N10, probably one of the best teams in the all of Central Ohio. You guys played with them pretty doggone well up until about 60% of the fourth quarter, and then the fouls took over and they pulled away from it.
Yeah, that's true. We played pretty well that night. You go back to our first 2 games, we played pretty well those 2 games as well. We played good enough to win. We just couldn't pull it out. You know, we struggled a little bit in South Central. And Crawford, it seemed like everything came together. We still go through some periods that we have trouble scoring, and I think when we went through like 3 minutes, we couldn't buy a basket or anything. We missed a couple easy ones, and then we had to foul, and Crawford made free throws.
All right, and that's basically what happened. I was very impressed. I was listening to the basketball game in the studios, and I thought, okay, someone's got a chance here. You know, they got a chance. Like I said, 40% of the fourth quarter left, and the fouls took over, and they hit the foul shots and pulled away. Then he lost to Mohawk this past Saturday, 52-47. Talk about this last time you were there. Well, let's talk about Mohawk first. Mohawk, 52-47. Again, another good ball game, physical team.
Yeah, I mean, again, we played good enough to win that game.
Yeah.
We had a lead in the fourth quarter, about 4 minutes, 3:30, 4 minutes, about 5-point lead, and we just couldn't answer Mohawk's run that they made. Mohawk's pretty good. They got some good athletes, and they got some really good shooters. We put ourselves in a good position to win the game. We just couldn't pull it out.
All right. Talk to me a little bit about last time you were Buckeye Central boys were there, lacking the big post player, especially in a game like Crawford. That certainly makes a difference.
Oh, it does. We have trouble getting scoring inside. I got to give our post players a lot of credit. Especially Aiden McDougal. He's averaging about almost 10 boards a game. For being about 6'1", that's pretty good. But it's the scoring part that we're having trouble to get inside, and we're working on it. We're trying to do some things, and and we're going to see if we can't get things going in the right direction here soon.
One of the things that I did look at in the scoring sheets for the N10 that was sent to me this afternoon, you've got a lot of players that are very, very close to each other in scoring. Aiden McDougal leading the field with 8.6, but then you got Alex Keeney with 8, Tyler Sanderson 8.2, Casey Geissman 4.2, Damian Dean 3.4, Logan Neese 3.1, Drew Rose 1.6, and Stephen Sostakowski. Close enough. All right. I'm the first one to ever butcher that up, all right? No, okay. Stephen down there at 3.0. So talk, you got 1, 2, 4, 6, 8 kids that are very, very close in scoring.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's one thing that we've been trying to work on is the more people you have scoring, it's harder for the other teams to defend. We want to share the basketball. We have some guys that can make some shots. Sometimes we get ourselves in trouble with some turnovers, and believe it or not, we've missed quite a few easy shots, and we're working on that too. And if we can get that stuff taken care of, I mean, we're going to be a team to be reckoned with.
Coach, what do you think happens when you get you got a bunny? Yeah, bunny. And then they miss the bunny. Is it a mental thing?
Yeah, I think it is. I think some the players start to rush a little bit. We're not very big, and a lot of people that we're facing in down there, a little bit taller than us. I think sometimes we're worried about getting it blocked. And we just rush it, and then you're really not shooting it. You're sort of throwing it. So, we're working on that, and we can get that taken care of. We're gonna be okay.
All right, very good. We got players to talk to here in just 1 second. Our show brought to you on the WQEL Facebook page from Pizza Hut in Bucyrus by Lee Plymel and Brad Seibert at the Plymel Insurance Group, Bucyrus and Yyan, Hannah Newton, Wendy's, downtown Bucyrus and Upper Sandusky, North Central State College, Mansfield, the Crawford Success Center of Bucyrus, Vince Ponziani and everybody at Waycraft Industries, Rod Steiger at Pizza Hut, Bucyrus and Yine, the host of this show since 1992, and the Burkhardt family. Burkhardt Farm Sales, your Case IH dealer on Lemonette and Winchester Road. Let's move that microphone right across the table there. And we've got Casey Geissman, who is a senior. And Casey, I just put down a piece of paper here that told me how many points per scoring per. But the guys that's in the basketball team, it's all pretty close. I mean, nobody's overwhelming anybody. It could be just about anybody's ball game as far as taking shots on any given night. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
Talk a little about your game. What is the best part of the season and the worst part of the season for you?
Well, we haven't had too many good things so far, obviously, but probably the worst thing is just losing those close games. The games that you can win, we just couldn't finish. It hurts the most.
All right, so is that kind of like the goal, the mental says we've got to finish? Because as I was talking to Coach Howell here, you guys were within striking distance of Colonel Crawford in the fourth quarter. And I'm sitting there listening to the ball game on the radio, and I say, this isn't supposed to happen. You guys are supposed to get shellacked, and it didn't happen. You guys played very good.
Yeah, I truly believe that we can compete with whoever we play. We just got to take that next step and start finishing these games in the fourth quarter.
Personal goals for yourself?
I'd like to cut down on my turnovers and handle the ball a little bit better.
All right.
And make a few more of my shots.
All right. And team goals for the rest of the season?
Just to start getting some more wins. I'd like to get back to that 500 range.
All right.
If we can, that would be nice, and build off of that.
All right.
Just keep taking our next step forward.
Have you even thought about tournament time at all?
What?
Have you even thought about tournament time at all?
No.
Not really? Okay, that's probably a good idea. I think so. Coach, I appreciate you stopping by. Next is Tyler Sanderson. Tyler, again, I'll ask you the same kind of questions. You got the top 8 9 guys on the team almost right on top of each other as far as total scoring is concerned. Does that surprise you? Are you surprised by that at all?
No, not at all. We got a lot of good players on our team, so they are all capable of making shots, getting to the hole. So it's almost expected. Everybody's going to get their shots and make some of them. So it's a pretty usual thing.
All right. What kind of goals do you have for yourself and the team for the rest of this year?
Personally, I'd like to start making some more shots, find my open teammates, get some assists. And as a team, we just got to get back in that win column, because once you get one, it's a lot easier to get the second one. So
doesn't dwell on it so much when you lost a couple of tough ones like that.
Yeah.
Listen, buddy, I appreciate you stopping by. You did a great job. And now, Stephen Sostakowski. Did I get close to that time?
That was great.
Wally?
That was great.
All right. Almost like one of the brothers up in Toledo and the Polish part of town there. Talk to me a little bit about your game. You guys have got some, as we mentioned, your colleagues here, Casey and Tyler, very close as far as scoring is concerned.
Yeah, I feel like we don't rely on just one person to score, and we all know we have our strengths and weaknesses, and we can all score the ball. And so really, who's ever open, we get it to them and they find their shot.
Right. you have some specific goals? Have you thought about this? Have you had a long weekend and time to think about it? Basketball practice tonight?
One of my strengths is getting to the basket, and so I think I need to get to the foul line a little bit more. I haven't been there a lot this season.
How do you do that?
Just got to go up there and
Drive
go
the
into
lane?
contact.
Drive the lane?
Yep.
Drive the lane, all right. How tall are you?
I'm about 6'1".
6'1"? All right, so, you know, but you drive the lane, it's, when you got guys who are 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", is it without, you know, having to lay on the floor and look up at them?
I mean, you know, you just go in there with confidence, and you can't be scared about getting blocked, as Coach said earlier. You just got to go up there and try and finish it.
All right. Goals for the rest of the year, partner?
As a team, I'm just really hoping we start to win some games and have fun out there, because we're pretty close, as you can tell with the last few scores, but I'm just hoping it gets better out there.
All right, buddy. I appreciate you stopping by. We're going to break for a second, come back with Coach Howell, and talk a little bit about the future coming up. Details on the show in just a moment. We're brought to you on the WQEL Facebook page by Luann Krebs at River's Edge Embroidery, screen printing and signs, Route 309, right across from the Marion Depot. Dr. Thomas M. Britton at Club View Vision Center. Also Mike Kleinite, Ag Credit Residential Lending, Bucyrus, Mount Gilead and Marion, The Ohio State University of Marion, a Big Ten education close to home. Ted Coder, Monarch Body Shop up in Dutchtown, and also Blythe Freely and Todd McDougal at Freely and Company Insurance in New Washington. And Coach, coming up tomorrow night, it looks like we got a game against New London.
Yeah, we're going to New London tomorrow night. New London, they got a 6'7" post player and a 6'3" guard that are pretty good. They're going to play hard, and I mean, it's not going to be an easy one, but we're going to go there and see what we can do.
All right. How do you overcome a 6'7" post player?
Well, we just got to be smart, just be smart and try to use our strengths, because I think, our post players can put the basketball on the floor, maybe try to bring him out a little bit, maybe go around him, and I think that's going to help us out.
Any thought of trying to get the guy in foul trouble? That'd get him out there.
Yeah, that's true too. If we can pull him out a little bit and maybe, have our post players put the ball on the floor, and maybe we can get a couple cheap fouls on him.
All right, let's talk about this weekend. You got another weekend, Friday night at Seneca East. They're usually a pretty good program.
Yeah, we got to go to Seneca East on Friday. They got one of the better scorers, players in the area, and he's putting up some big numbers. It's not going to be easy, and we're going to see what we can do when we go over there. I think we can compete. I think we're going to compete. We're going to show up. We're going to get ready to play. We're going to see what happens.
Saturday night, you're scheduled to play Cary. They're playing yet?
No, that game has been moved to January 10th, so I get a little bit of Saturday night off.
All right. So, I was kind of hoping they'd make them play right away and come in with their football cleats on. I think you can get a little bit of help that way. Coach, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show with us. Thank you so much. Thank you, gentlemen, for being a part of the show. And we're going to look forward to your next visit on the program 2 weeks from tonight. It'll be the Monday after Christmas. All right. We'll see you then.
Thank you very much.
All right. Coach Thomas Howell, the Buckeye Central Bucks. We'd like to send out some love around the area. We first of all like to thank our friends here at Pizza Hut, General Manager Crystal Stewart and all of her staff. Special thanks to my producers and my engineers and camera operators, remote engineer and camera Cameron Moore, as well as Harper Boggs. This week on the WQEL sports page, we've got tomorrow night high school girls basketball, Stephen Columbian at Upper Sandusky. Wednesday, Coach's Corner East on the WQEL Facebook page. Mike Sparks with the honors, and Galleon, Crestline, and Colonel Crawford. Women's basketball beginning at 6:45. Ohio State against Alabama from Columbus on Friday. High school basketball, Buckeye Central at Seneca East. Coach, your prime time on 92.7 FM. Boys basketball on WBCO. It's Bucyrus at Winford, 107.5 on WBCO. Then the Friday night phone board to follow with Mike Sparks. Saturday, We've got a girls basketball game in the afternoon, Mohawk and Winford, and then at 6:30 in the evening, boys basketball, Seneca East at Colonel Crawford in the Saturday night phone board with God's gift of broadcasting, Will Beard. That'll be Saturday evening around 8 o'clock on WQEL. I'd like to thank all of our guests from Bucyrus, Winford, and Buckeye Central. This is Davey Jones on behalf of all of our guests and everybody here at Pizza Hut. Have a great evening, everybody.